Why did you have to go and do that, little one? Wake up. Damn it. Wake up! Enough jokes. Wake up!
Oops. Hey, everybody.
Can you hear us now?
Apparently, the mic wasn't plugged in, so we hope you've enjoyed this live stream so far. Now we're here.
Yes,
and are we
we're
picking
talking.
up? It looks like we're a little quiet. Do we sound okay?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
we'll find out.
Yeah, let us know
I got
how we
it.
sound.
I got it set to about the normal level. So yeah, we were just talking like amateurs,
Yeah.
freaking amateurs,
While the
into
cord
the
was
into the
dangling.
void.
Yeah.
Man, this stream is off to a good start.
Yeah, apologies for the late start. There was an accident on the way here, and I had to walk the rest of the way.
People can hear us now, by the way.
Oh, good.
Which
Were
is
they
exciting.
like, where are you?
Yeah, they were like going, "Hey, is the mic not working today? I can't hear you." I'm like, "Oh yeah,
We're
that
just going to
thing."
show off the cutscenes. That's all we're doing today.
Yes.
Now you don't have to buy it. So yeah, I guess the question I asked on Twitter was, what's your favorite Platinum game? And
Let's go. We're almost to the cathedral.
just as we were answering that question ourselves, we discovered there was no mic. So now there is, and I can say it's Bayonetta 2 is my favorite Platinum game. And the reasons why, it's because it is not punishing, but still difficult, and it doesn't reuse content, which is something that Platinum games did way too much in the past. I'm glad they're confident in creating a short game, because Platinum games are always made to be mastered, and that's the same with Bayonetta 2.
My favorite Platinum game is Infinite Space.
Is that technically a Platinum game? I thought it was developed by Nude Maker.
Well, it was published by Platinum
I
at the
see.
very least.
I wonder if they made it.
Oh,
I'm not trying to be a
When did you
stickler.
become a snake?
I got that power in I think the cutscene from the last level.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah.
You're a snake. You're like a cobra that can swim
It's-
through the water.
It's weird that Bayonetta would turn into a phallic creature, but there you have it.
Is it that weird?
I don't know. I feel like
I mean, this game does hate men.
It
It's
does.
it's positive. It's a positive fountain of misandry.
yeah. If you take the red pill, you can't play this game. This is strictly a blue pill game. You can find all about it on my website, bluepillgamers.net.
So we have an answer on Twitter, which is exciting.
Oh, what's that?
Spine Shark says Revengeance because
Ooh.
of that gloriously insane soundtrack.
You know what?
Or
Revengeance-
inane, insane. Could be
It's
one
bad.
of the two.
It's bad, but it's good.
Yes.
It's like the worst like new metal you've ever heard, but it's so bad it's actually hilarious and it works.
I'm going to actually amend my previous answer. Revengeance is now my favorite Platinum game.
I don't like it as much as I like this, but it's still really good. And I got past this little trial.
Proto 13. Cat likes Platinum games as one RPG. I am shocked. Look,
I choose to believe that is not a true Platinum game. Like, I'll be a stickler about it.
it was one of the first games announced, and they basically should have just called it Cat the Game. Okay?
Is that why it only sold one copy? Oh.
Exactly. Well, no, it didn't sell one copy because I didn't buy it. I reviewed it.
Wowcat.
It probably only did sell one copy, though.
I gotta imagine it was at least in the low thousands.
It was a Japanese... It was basically an anime kind of game, like in the style of Yamato. You're creating a fleet. You're adventuring through the galaxy. It was incredibly ambitious. It was a cool game. I liked it.
It looked really neat. I don't know what I was doing and why I didn't play it. Did you review it for 1UP?
I did review it.
What did
for
you give
1UP.
it?
I give it like a B.
It's too bad we cannot access that content anymore.
It was so ambitious that, yeah, what a shame. It was so ambitious that maybe it kind of outstripped the limits of its platform.
Yeah, that's what I think I do remember reading that review.
It was
back
just
in the
like,
day.
it was just, there's too much going on in that game. It was like trying to give you like landing parties and everything.
Yeah, it seemed like it, based on the screenshots I saw, it seemed like the DS's low resolution didn't do it any favors. So I'm just doing a little exploration here. The next stage is just a boss fight, so I have a little extra time. Not that we have a time limit or anything, but there's some cool stuff to find. Fortunately, you can't fight in dragon form. You can only move around. It's more of a mobility thing than it is a offensive thing.
Oh, by the way, Seven Pain says, I heard about Triace dying. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, that's just, I mean, it was inevitable, I guess, but it's still sad.
It is sad,
I mean,
isn't it?
not all their games were great. In fact, I hate a lot of their RPGs, but they weren't afraid to do weird things, even if they didn't work.
What games of theirs do you hate?
Star Ocean,
Okay,
whatever that crappy one was. I also really don't like Radiata stories. But that's because I probably could I played it when I was unemployed and depressed, and I was somehow really just insistent on 100%ing it for some reason, just because I had nothing better to do, and that's what made me hate it. But it could have been better designed, I think.
Unemployed and depressed, by the way, is a very common thing for game journalists.
That's going to be my biography title. But it's not just that. It was that the fact that there is so much stuff you can miss and not know it. And important things, too. It's not just like, oh, I missed one weapon. It's just like the game operates on a real-time clock, and you kind of have to be a psychic, or I've played it before, to know, like, oh, I need to be here at this time or else I'll miss this character entirely. And there's like 80 playable characters or whatever. It's pretty crazy.
I mean, I'm very partial to Tri-Ace. You're right, Star Ocean wasn't very good.
Yeah, I think like the director was like, I want to make this a dating sim, and everyone else was like, what?
The first Star Ocean was alright.
I mean, they're not the best RPGs, but they are playable, and like I like Star Ocean 1 and 2, 3. It was kind of the start of the slip.
3 annoyed me because, I mean, I played it looking for a sci-fi RPG, and then they get down to the first planet they go to, and it's like, well, now it's fantasy RPG.
Oh.
They're with elves and stuff.
You should have stuck with it, Kat, because you play for... Okay, spoilers on a 13-year-old game, by the way.
Oh, I know. You're looking at a holodeck or something.
Yeah, it's just like, so you play through maybe 25 hours of the game, and then you realize, like, oh, this is actually a big MMO, and everything from every other Star Ocean game was just part of the MMO, so you just basically wasted your time. And it's funny that the characters don't react as they should, like with existential dread, like, who am I? Like, who created me? They're just like, no, we'll continue our adventure, and that's when I turned the game off and like, sold it on eBay, because it's like, I can't... If these characters aren't invested, I can't be either.
Star Ocean also came out on the Xbox 360. And most people just... I keep forgetting that game exists.
I forget what it's called.
It was a prequel.
End of Eternity or Star Ocean 4 something or other. There's a weird subtitle that I can never remember.
It was a prequel. It was about humans going into space.
Okay. It was roundly dismissed even by JRPG enthusiasts, by the wankers of the press, as I recall.
Yeah, whenever the best RPG of that era comes up, it is never even mentioned. Even Eternal Sonata gets like the occasional nod.
Yeah, it had good music, I guess.
But it was kind of in that realm, that Eternal Sonata kind of tier.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of Eternal Sonata.
I played through that in another period of unemployment. It was such a baby. I mean, it was beautiful, and the music was great. I still listen to the music when I write, but it was kind of like a baby RPG. Really, really easy. It had a pretty neat battle system, and they didn't do a lot with it.
JK Trick says, shout out to Resonance of Fate getting sent out to die the week of Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, and secretly it was a much better game, but...
It was.
You can't stop that Final Fantasy train, even if it's a bad train. Even if it's a faulty train. I'm going the wrong way, I'm sorry.
Didn't something else come out that week too?
Probably like Yakuza 4 or something. I don't know.
Resonance of Fate was published by Sega, and Sega was just trying to get as many games out as possible before the end of the fiscal year.
I think it might have been like Yakuza 4 or some. It was another Sega game I know where it was like, oh, this is not going to work.
Yeah, it might have been Yakuza 3.
Yeah, I forget.
Because this was 2010.
It's weird. They skipped so many games. I don't know what the last one that wasn't the zombie one was.
Well, now they're doing Yakuza 5. Interestingly enough,
is that coming out here?
Or no, Sony is actually publishing that one.
Okay.
For some reason.
Is that are they publishing it here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's coming out here. They just keep coming out for some reason, which I love Yakuza. I'm super glad that they're coming out.
Yeah. I think people don't like it because they play it and expect Grand Theft Auto when it's really just a Japanese RPG.
Yeah, no, that's exactly.
All you're doing are just fetch quests, and when you fight, it's like a separate battle system. It just it's such a Japanese RPG.
It's kind of a brawler thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even like the bad zombie game. Like I completed that.
I mean, it's basically Shenmue.
Yeah.
A much better version
people
of Shenmue.
People take umbrage to that whenever I say that. Well, not whenever, but I've heard people like, that's not what Shenmue is supposed to be, and I'm like, well, that's what maybe it should have been, because it was kind of boring.
I think the fun thing about
that, everybody.
I think the fun thing about Yakuza 4 is that it's kind of like a Japanese daytime drama.
Oh yeah, of course.
They go out and get a lot of really good and well-known voice actors and put them into the game.
Not that we would know.
No.
But I mean, they did that with in the first game, they got a bunch of C-list people from Hollywood. I probably spent way too much money localizing it, which is why they never did anything but subtitles after that. I think it was like Michael Madsen and Rachel Lee Cook and like, I don't know.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
Mark Hamill played the crazy guy.
Well, I mean, Mark Hamill is just a voice actor now, so it's not like he's a real git.
When was the last time he actually did voice acting? He was mostly active in the 90s.
I think he's never stopped voice acting.
He just rebuilt the
Stairway to
Great
Heaven.
Wall.
It's literally a Stairway to Heaven. They call it something else, though, but... Excuse me.
Alright, next Bayonetta 2 related question.
Oh,
and I'm going to post this on Twitter as well.
Well, do you have any other answers? Did anyone actually answer, like, favorite Platinum game?
Just one.
Just one? What was the answer to that?
Revengeance.
Oh, Revengeance, okay.
Which is really good.
Bayonetta related... Okay, well, I guess what's your favorite weapon to use in either game?
I was about to ask, what is your favorite weapon?
My favorite weapon, I don't know what it's called, but it's the chainsaws. I was playing it today, and I use the chainsaws on my arms and the flame and ice jets on my feet. I don't know why, but it works for me. I just like how it feels. There's no science to it.
Science and Bayonetta?
Well, I'm sure there were like high-level players that are like, that weapon has more frames of animation and I don't like it.
Huh.
Believe me, I mean, anyone will find a way to make a game not fun. For the sake of optimization. I'm here to have fun. And if that means chainsaw arms, so be it. So now I'm fighting some kind of robot kind of guy who looks intimidating, but his tells are pretty easy to spot, so...
Roto13 says that their favorite weapon is the hammer.
Oh, the hammer's great. I think that's an enemy weapon, unless I did not get it in my playthrough.
Also, for some reason, my keyboard doesn't work.
Oh.
So it's making it hard to tweet.
That seems to be a problem. Is that a new PC?
Yeah, it's a new PC. I probably hit the wrong button somewhere.
I find having a turn the keyboard off button to be not a good design choice.
Indeed.
So, here we go. That guy's pretty easy. I don't know... all I know that what Platinum is doing next... Was Revengeance 2 a rumor, or is that a fact now?
I thought it was just a rumor.
Okay. Yeah, all I can think of is Scalebound.
Yeah.
For their next game. I know they had to announce something else, though.
I just want to say with Revengeance, it's nothing short of a miracle that that game not only came out, but was relatively successful in the grand scheme of things.
I think it kind of shows how maybe Kojima is not handling this this current generation very well. I mean, it was last generation, but still.
It looked great, though.
I think they had an idea, but they didn't know what to do with it, and Platinum was like, we can handle this.
The dirty secret is, while they can do tactical stealth action, they can't do like a game like this.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
they had like a kernel of an idea, and they had no idea how to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did you see that demo? It's like, look at him slice up watermelon, neat.
They showed it like
for 4 years.
At like every event for
yeah.
like 4 years or something like that. Yay, my keyboard works again.
Oops.
Oh.
There we go.
The thing that I remember about that game is that, first of all, when you were fighting enemies, you felt amazing.
Oh yeah. I mean that's what Platinum does. They want to make you feel cool at all times.
The second thing is the boss battles were by and large really great.
Yeah, and I like the parry system. It takes a while to understand what they want you to do, but once you do understand, it just you feel like you can block every attack.
You have to understand the parry system, or you can't win the game.
I saw some people who may have reviewed the game or may have at least written about it. They're like, this game's too hard. It's just like, you didn't get the parry system.
Use the
parry. So essential. It's essential. I think that first boss in the game is basically a test, like, can you parry well? The wolf guy or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I want to go back and play that.
Was he a mini boss?
He was. I think he was the first.
You have to fight a bunch of those throughout the game.
Yeah, I mean that's a platinum thing too, where you will fight a boss and then it'll show up as a regular enemy later. That's pure platinum. Not the pure platinum metal. Do you have anything going on in chat? Hello, chat.
I literally just got my computer going again.
Good.
My keyboard works. I don't know why it stopped working. So I'm asking the next question on Twitter. What is your favorite weapon in Bayonetta 2?
Okay,
Hashtag
excuse me.
USG Club Live.
Are you sure?
Because we're those people.
Not really.
These are the only parts of these are the only parts of Bayonetta 2 that annoy me.
Call it a woman's
In that they kind of lock you into these like little cutscenes where you can move around, but you have to wait for it to finish. And if you're replaying levels for fun, I don't like having to sit through this for 30 seconds. I really wish this was skippable. I don't think you can skip it. Nope, you can't.
Roto13 says, I always thought parrying was really simple, but people say it's not, so I guess it's not.
I think it's because you have to aim the control stick in a direction and hit a button, and I think people were doing one or the other, not really getting that you had to do both.
It wasn't super well explained.
Yeah, the game could have explained it better. I know it took a while for it to click for me, but I reviewed it. Actually, it was the last game I reviewed. It went up.
What about the final boss when you're fighting the senator?
Oh, that was annoying. Well, there's this
He was the quintessential Metal Gear Solid final boss.
Yeah.
Evil politician that had like lightning powers.
It tells you about like
no, that was a different guy, but he had crazy powers.
Yeah, and he tells you about like how mankind is corrupt and you know you and I aren't so different. Blah blah. You know how it works.
Mankind is corrupt, Bob.
I know.
Miss Andrew, the Twitch stream.
Miss Andrew.
Miss Andrew live.
Womankind. Alright, so now I have to check this ball out here, and then I have to approach what's his face, and another cutscene will play out. Why is there no Bayonetta amiibo? Is it too risque for the kids?
Probably.
Like, this is not something I want to know, but actually I do want to know. In the Peach amiibo, can you like look up Peach's skirt, or is her like skirt just like a solid block that meets her legs? I'm always curious about that. Like, how do they handle that?
With the Peach amiibo?
Yeah, because in Smash Brothers, just rotating the models, I think they prevent you from like looking up like skirts and stuff, just because there are people who are going to try that and they want to keep their game like. You don't want to see Peach's panties. I mean. I'm sure some people do, but...
I thought you could.
Really?
I swear that you could. Oh, hey. They're pink.
They may make it like a dark void, like once like past her knee, just like a dark, like, black hole. No, I don't mean like that. I mean it's just a black void. That's right, we're getting salty on the USgamer stream. Anything to get the kids to show up.
See?
The chat's lively today.
That's good. I'm not gonna start screaming like PewDiePie, but I got my own gimmicks.
What's your gimmicks, Bob?
I don't know. Like every streamer now needs a gimmick, so we got to figure something out.
Well, it is the internet, so the only answer is cats.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we need like a room full of meowing cats, distracting meowing cats.
The Legend of Aesir.
So now we're gonna play. Oh, I won't give it away. That actually doesn't come until later.
Roto13 added maybe.
Sorry.
Roto13 added that he probably had an easy time with Guard Impact because he played a lot of Soul Calibur.
What with what? Guardian Pact or?
The parrying.
Okay, that's what it was called. Okay.
It was called parrying.
Oh.
Or maybe it was called guard impact. Maybe.
Okay.
Probably. It sounds like something.
I didn't realize it had a name.
Sounds
but
action gamey.
I'm sure it would.
The three worlds all
So I guess they're explaining more of the story here, if you care.
all ours.
Do you?
It's like a weird mix of Christianity and Norse mythology. I mean, Japan isn't alone in this, but they really like to mix up mythologies and just grab, a grab bag.
We only see reality.
Pick whatever looks cool.
Our rules of
I mean, that's what Persona is, right?
saw through.
Yes.
Um,
And Final Fantasy, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Persona, I love it because you go to the screen and it tells you like what mythology it's from and like an explanation of what the demon is, and there's stuff from Christianity, there's stuff from like Buddhism, Hinduism, things like that. I'm sure lots of people are offended if that's their current religion, but Japan does not discriminate.
He wielded was split into two equal halves.
Jabalid thanks us for not streaming like PewDiePie.
Oh man, I can't. I'm kind of sick.
I know. Poor Bob.
Eh,
That's why we couldn't go to the NIS thing together
yeah.
last night.
I wanted to go.
Humans gained free will.
I wanted to go just to get free food.
Yeah, they don't feed us very much in this line of work.
No. I swear to God, the last two events I went to just had sliders, and I'm a vegetarian, and I don't expect to be catered to, but it really sucks when I have to leave an event to feed myself, just because it's like, there's nothing for me. I can't eat anything.
You missed a great spread, Bob. Hashtag collusion.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Feeding games journalists?
They had salad and salmon.
They had a good spread last year.
The eyes.
This, by the way, this is what all journalists talk about. The
Yeah.
spread that was at whatever event they went to
I
the
think
other day.
that's what Games Damn It was for a long time, which is why I stopped listening to it.
You stopped listening to your own podcast?
That was before I joined One Up. It became a little too inside baseball for me, so I try not to be too inside baseball when I do game stuff.
I see.
Nothing is worse than pampered SF people complaining about having to play video games while other people have real jobs.
Which is what we do all the
Yeah.
time.
Only sliders?
Right now
How dare
have
you.
something to do with the loss of the right eye.
Well, we're vegetarians,
And
so.
what will
I don't like sliders to begin with. Sliders at an event are just like lukewarm.
Are
Who
they?
knows when they were set up? Who knows when they showed up there?
They went out to White Castle and bought them.
Yeah.
Then so am I.
Yeah, this is like the longest
That
cutscene.
truth is that mountain
It's really explaining a lot.
symbol that turned.
How do you find
Thankfully, Bayonetta's friend here is doing all the legwork in terms of
You
narrative,
expect anything less from
but she doesn't care.
the marvelous, magnificent, magnanimous
See?
Luca?
Get out of here. We don't need no men in this, up in this thing.
He's just like, I've had enough story for now.
Get on!
And now he's stuck in an atmosphere. So what's coming in on the chat? Oh, I forgot about that.
Somebody seems to be parodying the story. I'm gonna fight but before I kick your butt, let me tell you about the lightness and the darkness and how the elves gave human free will.
Huh.
Sounds about right.
Well, I mean, if you're a villain, you don't want the hero to die before they hear your awesome plan, right?
That's a plan in a history lesson, right?
I guess.
Maybe
yeah.
they're just really into that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I think they try to justify because like Luca thought Bayonetta would be impressed that he figured all this stuff out, but she's like, no, I'll just take the information and kick you out of here.
Bob, I'm gonna kill you, but first allow me to school you in the basics of dialectic materialism.
Man, now I feel like I'm back in grad school. Alright. I don't care for that weapon much. Sorry, there's a little bit of dead air. I'm trying to concentrate. Go ahead. Sorry.
Jabalid was asking if the cutscenes are unskippable.
Oh, no, they're skippable. We just leave them on for the sake of this long play. If you want to watch them, you can. If not, you can just turn your head away.
Go make a sandwich.
Yeah.
As Capcom once said when it came to the install times for Devil May Cry 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, people were complaining that the installation was long because this was a period when this whole installation thing was still brand new to people.
Yeah.
What, you mean I can't just stick the game in and start playing? Like we have since time
We were
immemorial?
spoiled.
And Capcom literally told them, go make a sandwich or something while you wait.
That might be true. I wouldn't tell it to my customers.
Exactly. And it became a meme for a while.
I forgot about that, man.
Yeah.
Old memes.
Well, it was like 9 years ago now.
I think that was an 06 game?
Oh,
Or
07?
Yeah.
I was definitely in Japan when it came out.
I still
so.
need to play it. I've never played it.
Eh.
I'm sure there are better Devil May Cry games, but...
It's on PC, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's quite cheap, too.
Screw that. I'll play it
Yeah.
on PC.
It's the only way to play that game. I would actually argue that DMC was better than Devil May Cry 4. The reboot.
That I also have to play more of. I've demoed it a few times, and I know a lot of people love it. And I don't care about New Dante. I think if you're complaining about that, I don't know.
It was shockingly good.
You have weird priorities.
Yeah, that's not a weird priority to not like art design in the game.
It wasn't that. I don't think it was necessarily the design. I think it was like a thing about masculinity or something. Where it's like, he looks like Edward from Twilight. You're allowed to not like it, but...
No, he looks like Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
He's the #1 superstar of the world now, right?
Yeah, sure.
Or did he already squander his talent by starring in a video game movie?
What movie is that?
That's how you
Is he
do
going to
it,
be in Console Wars?
I think he is in or was already in. What's that? Need for Speed?
Oh!
That was a movie, remember that?
Yeah!
Yeah.
That was definitely a movie.
That was actually a movie.
It was a bad movie.
Yeah. So like immediately after Breaking Bad, one of the most like beloved and like artistically brilliant TV shows of the last decade, he's like, I'll be in a video game movie, sure. I like money. I mean, like Bryan Cranston was in Godzilla, which was no great shakes, but still.
I liked Godzilla.
I didn't see it.
It was good.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it.
There's a great headline at the end of the movie. Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Savior of our city? And it shows Godzilla over the Golden Gate Bridge.
Everyone knows it's Gamera. Pure Platinum, alright.
Oh man, look at you.
In one of the easier parts of Bayonetta 2.
You are elite, Bob.
I prefer Gamera, sorry. That's a good question for our Twitter people. Gamera or Godzilla?
Oh, we're continuing to have an actual chat going on
Oh,
in here.
please, what are people saying? I can't look at the screen.
Jabalad says, I played DMC4 until there was some weird board game thing that I was forced to go through, so I never played it
That
again.
does sound weird.
I don't remember that.
Huh.
Honestly, the moments that I remember the most are when you're fighting the monster from Futurama.
What?
Do you remember the Slurm monster?
The Slurm. Oh, yeah. Like the Slurm Queen or something?
The Slurm Queen?
Yeah.
She is, no joke, basically in DMC. Like, it's the
Oh.
same thing.
Weird.
Except she's putting out, like, mind control cola or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically the same thing.
Oh, and DMC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about DMC4 for a second. Sorry.
No.
Alright.
DMC the reboot, they have the Slurm Queen as a boss.
Yeah. I think I picked up on a bit of that from what I played.
So yeah, that's my key memory from that game. Oh yeah, and you fight Virgil or something.
Every DMC game is a prequel. Alright. I'm not paying close enough attention, so I will have to use an item.
Mobile's Working was commenting on how that was the easiest pure platinum medal in the game.
It is. I mean, you have to hit like maybe 4 different buttons to do it. Although I didn't do it when I practiced, I was like, oh yeah, you have to dodge.
Ballad says, I liked Godzilla for what it was. If you go into it with high expectations, you will probably be disappointed.
That seems like a defeatist attitude to me.
I was perfectly happy with it. So take that, people who are disappointed.
I probably will never see it in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
It's worth watching.
There's so many movies I haven't seen, I don't know if I'm going to see Godzilla before them.
Carrick says that the best monster is Jet Jaguar.
Oh yeah, Jet Jaguar.
I'm impressed that you know all these names. I only know Mothra.
He's from Godzilla versus let me think.
Jet Jaguar?
No, Jet Jaguar helps Godzilla. Come on, Cat.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with my
Megalon.
Megalon.
He's in Godzilla versus Megalon. Bam. You know how I know that? Because it was a Mystery Science Theater episode.
Oh, okay.
Back when no one cared about Godzilla, they're like, sure, you can make fun of Godzilla. And now they're like, we must protect Godzilla's image.
Godzilla is a worldwide thing.
Because to people growing up in like the 60s and 70s and 80s, Godzilla was like a joke. Like, this is a cheesy movie with really bad dubbing that will be fun to watch. Sweaty guys in rubber
Gogeta
suits
destroying the city.
Yeah, exactly. Guys in rubber suits smacking each other around. It was great, but now they want you to take Godzilla seriously. Godzilla was only meant to be taken seriously in the first movie when it was like a parable about nuclear proliferation.
Worth watching, by the way.
Yeah, watch the original Japanese version.
Yeah, both are actually quite good.
I don't like oddly edited in Raymond Burr saying, "Don't worry, white people, I'm here. It's another white guy. Don't worry."
But it was still fine.
I say get the...
Oh, and they edited it to remove the overt references to nuclear testing.
Yeah.
Oh, those people in the fishing boat were just surprised by Godzilla coming out of the sea.
Yeah. We can't think bad things about nukes. We need those. What's happening in chat?
Blue Man 2 says, I always confuse Adrian Paul with Aaron Paul.
Who's Adrian Paul?
One was in Breaking Bad and Need for Speed. The other was in the Highlander show.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wouldn't he have to be like 20
the one
years
from like
older?
the early 90s?
I would have to be.
Right.
My dad watched
Let's
that
go.
because my dad loved all kinds of bad action movies.
my stepdad too. He watched The Postman a lot.
Wow, we finished chapter 5.
Yay!
Hooray! We're more than halfway through, I
got a
think.
silver.
Yeah. Look at us go, Bob.
Yep, it's great. I might have to buy a new weapon if I can afford it.
What should we buy?
I want to buy the chainsaws if I unlock them. I'm not sure if I did. Yeah. All right. So let's go to the shop. Did we ask about Godzilla and
In the
camera?
Twitter?
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Would
Would that be an abuse of your Twitter privilege?
maybe on the actual USgamer
I say do
feed.
it. I'll take the blame. I'll take the rap for this one.
It's the best Godzilla monster and why.
Best kaiju.
So, best kaiju. Oh yeah, that's what they're called. You know, I did love Pacific Rim. Did you enjoy Pacific Rim?
I didn't see it.
What?
I don't see new movies, Kat.
Bob!
I still have to catch up on old movies.
Gypsy Danger.
Who's that?
That thing right there.
Oh,
It's on my shelf.
okay.
I got the case that looks like the actual robot standing there or whatever. Which is pretty rad.
That is pretty cool. No, I've heard good things, but I'm so far behind on movies, I've just sort of given up on life.
We should watch that movie.
I
would
I'll
watch
probably
that
see it
movie.
at some point.
I own this movie, Bob.
Yeah, they don't have the weapon I want. I might just buy some items then.
Hey, we got some bites on Twitter to the Godzilla question.
What is it?
Robert Workman says, Mothra because he's the most logical?
Oh, is that because he has tiny women summon him? I don't...
I don't know. Does that make things logical?
To me it does.
Chapter 6, The Bridge to the Heavens.
It's really a stairway. Let's not lie to ourselves.
No, it's a bridge. Copyright pen.
For Jimmy Page doesn't sue us. Gotta tell you, when I was a young teenager, my friend picked up a guitar and the first song he learned was Stairway to Heaven, and I was like, you are such a walking stereotype. Don't do it, kids. Don't learn Stairway to Heaven. It's fine.
That's a good song.
Yes, but don't be a cliche. There's a reason why there's that no stairway joke in Wayne's World.
I am a walking cliche, Bob.
Man.
Too late. They got me.
I just have a thing against classic rock. I've heard too much of it.
Bob. It's classic rock. You're the reason rock is dead and all we got is Miley Cyrus twerking everywhere.
No, I mean that's what pop is now. But everybody likes electronic music now. I'm
Yes.
way ahead of the curve because I've always liked electronic music, but in video games. I'm sorry, I'm a little sick, so I'm a little crankier than normal. I will throw Led Zeppelin under the bus, though.
Oh, Bob.
They've been on top for too long.
You hated Led Zeppelin before it was cool?
I think it's just, it was forced on me. Like I had no say in it. That's why I didn't care for Guitar Hero, because I was like, it's like taking a car ride with my stepdad. Like I've had this experience. I know these songs.
Yeah, I remember reading a post somewhere when Guitar Hero was big. It was like, down with the tyranny of your parents' music tastes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, stop telling us that your music is literally the only good music ever made.
It's kind of like the Forrest Gump effect. Like, oh, the best time ever already happened. We had all the best music, all the best culture, all the best everything. It's just like, well, not really.
Yeah.
You just are in charge, so you can tell us that. Kid power.
But did you actually realize what you were watching on TV? Because it was pretty bad.
What do you mean?
I mean, the TV back then.
Yeah, of course. That's why, I mean, I like the Wonder Years, but it's kind of like up its own butt a bit. Man, I'm editorializing so much on this Bayonetta podcast. That's right, the Wonder Years.
It sounds
You just
biased.
got sassed.
Sounds biased to me. You're officially off all of our Wonder Years.
Man.
When Telltale finally does a Wonder Years game.
Jeez, that'd be great. It's like, press X to not get drafted.
Press Y to stammer awkwardly around girls.
Yeah. So wait, so Telltale's Game of Thrones, is it basically like all their other games? I never played it. I don't really care about Game of Thrones, but
Yes.
so I mean, like,
Here's the appeal of Game of Thrones. As speaking as somebody who's watched
I mean,
it.
I understand the appeal, but I'm just wondering if the Telltale game is like, if you're allowed to be like out of character with those characters, because aren't they already established?
I mean, you're not playing with the characters from the show.
Oh, are they like book characters, or
You are playing with Telltale characters.
I see. Are they sanctioned by George R.R. Martin?
Yeah, they're from like
Oh,
a
man.
family that is canonical.
I see.
They're in the books. You interact with show characters,
I see.
and so it's a lot of stuff like. Have you watched Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay, so most of the characters are really, really smart, and there's politics going on at all times.
Right. I mean, I know the premise, and I know
Right.
like.
So
yeah,
you'll be
I understand.
interacting with like the queen, who's kind of, well, I could use words, but she's like glaring
She's
down
like-
she's glaring down at you from her throne.
I would call her a big old so-and-so.
She's glaring down at you from her throne, and everything she says is incredibly cutting.
I see.
And so you're just trying not to get caught in a lie, because if you do, you're going to be screwed.
So that's what the game is like?
Yeah.
Really? So it's like Phoenix Wright or something?
And the various characters from the show approach you and are like, I need your help with something, or maybe I can do you a favor, and then you have to convince them in some way. Sometimes you have to convince them, sometimes you have to outright lie to them, you have to earn their loyalty, that kind of thing. So it's kind of cool in that regard. Everything else, it has QTEs for the combat.
Yeah. I am listening, by the way.
That's about
just
it.
trying to concentrate. Yeah, I just want to know if they're ever going to come up with a different formula.
No.
Because I played Life is Strange, and it was great because there were no QTEs.
I think the thing that Life is Strange works because it's in the Unreal Engine, which is a much better engine than what Telltale
Oh, for
has.
sure, yeah.
I like Telltale, but their engine sucks.
It does.
It's like frame rate is a problem, and like the characters generally look decent, but the environments are often really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think like Kotaku wrote an article recently. It's like a history of Telltale screwing up their games. Just like all of the technical problems, all of the lost saves, everything like that. If we're allowed to mention the competition, quick, bleep that out. No one go to Kotaku. They're bad. No, I like Kotaku actually.
Did you play Life is Strange episode 1?
I did. I wanted to check it out. I liked it. It wasn't quite. It really needed more to happen in it, but I like the fact that there were puzzles. However easy they were still there. There was still something to do. And they really let you walk around and just take things in a lot, which I liked. Which I feel like in Telltale games, you're sort of like stuck in a scene, and you really don't have a lot of freedom.
By the way, if you're just joining us for this Bayonetta 2 long plays, it's pretty much what Bob and I sit around and talk about anyway.
Yep.
We're now in Chapter
Good.
7, the Arc.
So I think we'll stop after this.
All right,
That's
well-
cool with you. I don't know how long this stage is.
No,
but-
Bob, keep playing.
No,
We're
no.
whipping crack.
I can't
Whip
do
crack.
it today. I need to eat soon.
Okay.
Please order us a pizza if you're online.
No, don't.
Also pay for it.
Yeah. So, I mean,
So
if 4chan gets ahead of that, or 8chan now, I guess.
Yeah.
If they get hold of this stream, like all the pizzas will never end.
no, I'm afraid it won't be pizza. It'll be men in like armor and guns.
Oh yeah, SWAT teams.
Yeah,
Getting swatted. Oh, anyway, Life is Strange.
life is strange.
It was all right. I found it the tiniest bit insufferable.
You know what? I think it accurately captured the sincerity of teenagers. The at times annoying sincerity.
I was like that. I was definitely like that.
Oh,
in
me
college.
too. Okay, it made me embarrassed, angry, and wistful at the same time. I was embarrassed because I remember acting like that.
Yeah.
I was annoyed because I'm like, these characters are just teenagers. They don't have life experience, and so everything is just like the most important thing to them. And I wish they had life experience so they would just like calm down a little. And then I was like, I remember what it was like to feel this way and like feel like, you know, these really intense emotions. Now I'm dead inside. But that'll happen when you're an adult.
But were you able to rewind time?
No.
Another failure.
That's a really cool thing he's got on.
Bubble wrap?
It's an amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, I think.
Oh, so that's what it looks like. Where's Donny Osmond though?
Should he be here? I'm gonna get some water real quick. Right back. This
What?
team
Bob,
should
no,
be-
you're abandoning your post.
Please, keep it going.
Hello. My name is Kat.
Okay, now I'm back.
Oh, here we go. You abandoned your post. I'm gonna shoot
That's
you
what
for mutiny,
cutscenes are
Bob.
for. Get a sandwich, get a glass of water.
All right, so we're going into Chapter 7. Oh, and I got a bunch of tweets.
Good.
Oh, here we go. So, as per our question about which of the Godzilla monsters are the best,
Sucking the drink.
Oh, okay.
because it's totally relevant. Jet
think it's
Jaguar, because the mother never loved him and he ate sushi from a pail.
Jet Jaguar had 2 bachelors, confirmed bachelors,
What?
I think.
He
make
was
him.
he was raised by gay people?
I think he was raised by a gay couple.
It all makes sense.
Last. You stand before me.
I don't know how he was created or how he grows so big, but it was 2 bachelor scientists who made him.
Chris Lund says Mecha Godzilla because robots.
I see. Robots.
Bill Mudron says real answer Mecha Godzilla because he's built on the bones of the first Godzilla, you know, all the fun robot stuff. We got another vote for Mecha Godzilla. We have Angerus because it's the monsters that sound most like my name.
Fine, love.
His name's Angus.
Now I'm sure.
These are not ones I'm familiar with, actually.
King of a cop-out, but the original Big Godzilla, an unapologetic force of nature with allegorical ties to nuclear hubris.
Exactly.
But I put Gigan in second because hell yeah, Sawblade chest.
Okay, yeah, that guy's cool.
Mothra, she's a scrappy underdog.
Oh, Mothra's a girl.
She's a god, she's summoned by J-pop duets, and she's effectively a phoenix.
I see.
And Biolante, because plant infused with human cells still carrying a soul merged with Godzilla DNA. This is brilliant.
Whoa. This is getting... I'm more familiar with the Gamera timeline. Consumer of all. Insidious.
Well,
So we have also questions in the
I
chat.
think they've sent a welcoming party.
By the way, I am still playing Bayonetta. In case you're wondering.
Somebody caught your Spin Doctors reference.
Oh, there was a Spin Doctors reference? Shh. Oh, right. Yeah, that was intentional. Way to go. Now please tell me what it was.
Carrix_CN wants to know what kind of unlockables are in Bayonetta 2. I've played through it and unlocked Jean, but I haven't been compelled to play more.
Oh, tons of costumes. I mean, you play through the levels again, you get some really good scores in them. You can unlock all kinds of costumes, all kinds of different weapons, all the special items that change the way Bayonetta plays a bit and can give you more rewards. There's just so much you can go back into the game and get when you're done with the playing through it the first time.
You want to know if there is an ultimate weapon loadout or anything?
I think it's just based on personal preference, really. I mean, like I said, I like the chainsaw the chainsaw arms for me, just because like I think it just looks cool and it feels good. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are pro Bayonetta people out there that would disagree, but they're not here anymore, so who cares what they have to say?
Jabala says, I really like the first 2 episodes of Game of Thrones game, which is pretty rad.
Yeah. Do we know what Telltale's doing next? And didn't they announce a bunch of stuff? I know they're not doing the King's Quest thing anymore.
Who knows?
Which I think is good.
Reviving some other popular franchise.
Yeah.
We already had our Back to the Future game.
I liked it.
You did?
Yeah, I reviewed it for 1UP. I gave it a B, or B+, the whole series.
I played the first episode and I didn't really care for it.
I thought it was a good, like, sort of how Ghostbusters was a good sequel, you know, in game form. That's what it struck me as. I liked the story.
I would play a Telltale Ghostbusters game.
I think you missed the ball on that one.
Really?
I think they missed the ball, rather. I mean, just because of Harold Ramis. Although, I mean, all those guys got together for that other game, and I like it a lot. It's not the best game, but it has a lot of heart.
Kind of rehashes the first game, doesn't it?
The
first movie.
A bit, yeah, but that's the good movie.
Because they just bring back the guy who made the the apartment complex. What's his name?
I forget, but it would have made more sense if if the game was actually the second movie and the second movie didn't exist. That'd be the best case scenario.
The second movie really is bad.
Yeah, people don't really believe me when I say that sometimes. It's like, go back and watch it as an adult, and you're like, this is...
I mean, okay, I loved it when I was growing up.
Oh, me too. I was too young for Ghostbusters 1, so I saw Ghostbusters 2 first like 50,000 times. I thought Ghostbusters 1 was the boring one.
Oh no, I love
kid.
Ghostbusters 1, but I saw Ghostbusters 2 in theaters and I adored it.
You even beat the
but I was also
NES game.
Yes, I did. It was not awful.
Oh.
I played much worse NES games.
It's bad.
It's not great, but it's not awful.
It's awful and bad.
Look, when games like...
Internet is Ghostbusters 2 for the NES bad game.
Look, I'm sorry, but when like Back to the Future exists on the NES, it is not a bad game.
I'm gonna say it's also a bad game, but when B jumps and A shoots and you run from left to right with a spider following you for no reason, that's a bad game.
Fair enough.
You can't deny that.
The spider was dumb.
Why was there a spider? Just like, oh, this game wasn't hard to play enough. Here's a spider.
Because don't stop.
You know what, David Crane? You need to learn how to make a better game.
Look, as licensed games go, it was practically Game of the Year.
It was better than Total Recall, I guess, but
It was better than literally any LJN game, if you know.
what? Who actually? Wasn't that an Activision game? I think it was Activision.
I think so, yeah.
Before they were the behemoth that they are now.
Yes, before Bobby Kotick brought his box mentality.
Brought his evil with him.
Oh my gosh, I totally got it.
What was that?
LJN.
You know what LJN stands for?
What's that?
Louis J. Norman. I'm not kidding.
Who's that?
That's the guy who founded the company.
So Ghostbusters 2 was developed by Imagineering and published by Activision.
I see. Imagineering, I think that was David Crane's gig. He's the guy who made Pitfall. He also made A Boy and His Blob, Bart vs. the Space Mutants, which had one good level, and a few other things. So
Wow,
just
Gigaton.
thank you.
Go, go.
We're good. My laser was better. That was silver medal. Okay.
Carrick asks, is the NES one where you drive around the city running ghost logos? No, that's the original and Ghostbusters for the NES.
Yeah.
Which was even worse. It was much worse than Ghostbusters 2.
I like it because it's a weird sim. It doesn't play very well. But,
I mean, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
And it ends with, "Thank you, our heroes."
Oh yeah, it has one of the ultimate worst, like, badly translated screw you endings. It's like congratulations or whatever.
Congratulations, yeah.
That one was originally a Commodore 64 game, which is why it feels so much like a computer game with the sim elements and everything like that. Now I'm inside this thing.
It's seriously congratulation You have completed a great game.
Now,
GRATE.
I don't want to pick on non-English speakers, but someone
and prove the justice of our culture.
Yeah.
Now go and rest our heroes.
That feels like a very Japanese message, like the proud American way will now survive. I don't know, like I don't want to pick on non-English speakers, but they could have at least had someone proofread that. That just shows how no one cared.
It looked like it, seriously, if Babelfish had existed, I would have thought that it'd come out of that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's like when I hit translate by Bing on tweets in Japanese, and it's just like donkey basketball park sunflower, and you're like, okay, whatever that means. Good job, Bing.
So, I guess we're in God's small intestine now.
Yep.
Like to do.
And I wish I could hear the music, but we can't have that going.
No, because microphones.
How dare they pick up on sounds that they shouldn't. Ooh, good. Orbs.
Yeah. That's the curse of live streaming. We gotta sit here and play it with no music.
I gotta say that having sounds does help you pick up on cues, because there is a sound cue when you're supposed to dodge too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But
Just
you're
shows-
just like...
Shows you how good I am.
You're such a boss.
So anything else coming in on chat?
Well,
I believe
we
we're
got...
coming to the end of this stream. Oops.
So, bad guy in Ghostbusters 1 was Gozer the Gozerian. Yes, we knew that. The architect was Ivo Shandor.
Oh yeah,
The one who decided the society was too sick to live.
Evo. That's right.
Somebody asked, wasn't LJN a plumbing company?
I think they did a lot. I did an episode of Retronauts on Jaws and Friday the 13th. And Louis J. Norman Incorporated had their fingers in many pies.
They did X-Men. It was terrible.
Yeah, I mean...
The one where Wolverine, like, if he had his claws out, he would get damaged when he used them.
Yeah, just like in the comic.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't actually develop any games. They were all subcontracted to Japanese developers. Like, Friday the 13th was made by Atlas and in their dark days, I guess.
Everybody loved Back to the Future, or not the Back to the Future, Friday the 13th when I was growing up, because it was kind of the forbidden NES game.
It was actually scary.
Or it was like, yeah, no, like, it was like, oh man, it was kind of the forbidden game, you know, because Friday the 13th was like that R-rated horror movie with, and it's like, yeah, you find Jason's mom's head and you fight it.
Yeah,
Whoa.
those were the scary rumors.
And now you're like, this is so bad.
It just goes to show that Nintendo did not have a problem with censorship if it would have cost them money, because like the first thing you see when you start that game is a knife plunging through Jason's hockey mask. That's the first thing you see when you start.
It's just a hockey mask, Bob.
But it's implying some stuff. It's implying a head will be stabbed at some point. Excuse me.
Little one.
There's much discussion about why they didn't just get an English major at a university to proofread it.
That would have cost money.
Tarek wants to know if it's kosher to ask Retronauts questions on here.
God, yeah, sure.
Yes, they are technically affiliated with us.
Yeah, well, it's a USgamer podcast, so you may. I'll allow it.
Yes, bring the Retronauts questions. We will answer them.
Another crotch shot. I think we've seen 6 so far.
We've got some more Godzilla answers. Mecha King Ghidorah, because he was like a giant 3-headed UFO catcher apparently.
Neat.
I thought I was your type.
And Hedorah because it's absolutely terrifying and actually gives the Big G a good fight. Runner-up, Biolante.
I'm kind of behind. Oh, Violante. I know about that guy.
Actually, it is.
I need to catch up on my old Godzillas. And this guy's back again.
Yep. Guilty Gear crossover.
So I might be a little silent during this fight because it's a little trickier. Like I said, the fights with the small enemies are hard to do. Harder to do than the big guys. Although I think I do have Witch Time this time, and I didn't before. Oh.
I believe in you, Bomb.
Okay, I will not be talking until this guy's dead, so please carry the chat.
Need to get the Owen coming in here. Os.
Too bad that series is dead.
So
I
dead.
just brought that in. That blood is so pretty in the background.
I think they make mobile games now, just like Tri-Ace.
God, that's the fate of every Japanese like B-level company.
Well, that's because that's all they play in Japan now.
Yeah, that's where the money is. That's why Sakaguchi made a mobile game.
If you ever want to see the darkest timeline for American game development, look no
Yeah.
further than Japan.
I wouldn't mind if they made mobile games I would actually play, but they're all like one of 3 different things that everyone is making.
Puzzle and Dragons being one of them.
Monster Strike and whatever the hell else. It's like what if 5 years ago all the Japanese companies like folded and they started making like Farmville clones on Facebook?
No.
That's exactly what's happening now, only it's a different, slightly not as bad as it could be, but still.
I respect Hironobu Sakaguchi wanting to retire and everything.
Is that?
But
is he retiring?
basically, he's making mobile games now.
Oh man, that's a total diss. The sad thing is, Terra Battle's going to make him way more money than anything Mist Walker could have ever made him.
It's true. That's why he wants to retire and make some money.
Yeah. Not that
He's made his artistic statement.
I feel like, does he need money?
Yeah.
How much money does he need? I mean,
I'm not privy to.
unless Square is like garnishing his paychecks for the Spirits Within still. That reminds me, they make a Spirits Within reference, and it made me hate the main character of the game a little bit. Cause she's like, "Oh, Spirits Within, I gotta watch this," and I'm like, "You're a bad person. That's a bad movie." But you are a teenager.
Who said that? Oh, and
The main character. Like she was given a thumb drive with like some pirated movies on it, and one of them was not Spirited Away, Spirits Within.
wow.
Well, Square Enix published the game.
Spirits Within, really?
Yep.
Come on, Bob, you can do it.
I'm gonna heal.
So much for your pure platinum.
That's not gonna happen. Okay, I gotta stop talking now. But yeah, she did express a desire to see that movie, and I'm like, well, I guess you weren't born yet. You don't know the horrors that are waiting for you.
By the way, people in chat, we're sorry we're not answering Retronauts questions, but
Are there Retronauts questions?
they're talking about Retronauts right now.
Oh.
Jabala has apparently been a fan since the earliest days.
Thanks, I was too.
Me too. I listened to it in Japan, like, religiously, pretty much.
And if you're a big enough fan, you might get to host a show one day like me, but then you'll have to fight me.
And then you'll be poor forever.
Yeah, it is like the podcast curse. Like, finally I have a podcast, but I'm hungry.
Well, that's how we feed.
Yeah, I feed off of likes on Facebook. I convert them into energy.
Roto13 says, this fight kind of demands that you have bat within.
Yeah, I didn't buy that.
Bob, jeez. Carrick says, I've been going back through the archives again for the first time since the old episodes first came out, and I was wondering if there are any episodes about fan translations.
Yeah, I just did one. I did one in October of 2013. Look it up. I don't know what the number is, but that's when I did it.
Yeah, I remember you guys doing that one, actually.
It's one of my favorites I made, actually.
My primary experience with fan translations has been via Mother 3.
Yep, I finished that one.
And if you ever want to play Super Robot Tyson for some reason, there's a good translation of Alpha Gaiden out there for the PlayStation. It's not too hard to patch it in.
This fight's almost over. My voice is giving out too, by the way.
Poor Bob.
If you want Bob to feel better, click on all of our ads.
And send money.
Yeah, send them. I don't want you to give people the illusion that we're not getting paid. There's gonna be so many comments on this YouTube video like, what a noob. I don't know how to block this.
Well, we've had 100% approval rating so far.
Alright, I've used like every item.
Bob, you can do it. Make it happen. Owen Don.
How many people are watching?
We got around 20.
Whoa. I don't want to let you guys down.
And we picked up 6 subscriptions since this podcast, since this thing has started. So thank you to the people who subscribed. press like the little heart thing next to the screen thing, and you can be, and you too can follow us as we try to make it through Bayonetta 2 and while talking about Life is Strange for some reason.
Yeah, we're rarely on topic here, but that's okay.
I mean, whatever. This is why Twitch was invented.
Yeah,
Talk about
sorry.
non sequiturs while playing this. Let's play Bayonetta 2 over and over again.
Those... Oh, never mind.
Jabal says, I'm glad something was salvaged from the destruction of 1UP. Hey, Active Time Battle's coming back next week.
Whoa.
What?
But it's called something different.
Yes, it's a secret though. I'm not going to say it.
I haven't told anybody.
If everybody like right now subscribes, maybe I'll tell you all on this stream. Maybe it's gonna be like
How many subscriptions do you need?
I don't know,
The right eye.
more.
Yeah. How do you know? Does it say?
It
Does it
doesn't
tell you?
say. We should have that little
Yeah.
streaming banner. It's
We
like,
need it.
give us money. Well, we might tell us the name of the podcast.
We're holding very sensitive information hostage. Okay, everybody. Now I'm starting to sound like Super Dave Osborne, so it's time to go. But thanks for joining us for this third run of Bayonetta 2.
Are we gonna finish this the next time, Bob? Do you think we're gonna make it?
I forget. I'll have to look to see how many levels are left when I get home. But
I know we're making
can
good
probably do
progress.
it.
I think we can do this.
it might be a longer live stream than normal, but I can do it.
We probably should, just because GDC is coming up the week after.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we have to finish it. So yeah, tune in next week. We will finish it. You can find me on Twitter as Bob Servo. Please check out all my stuff on USgamer. I really appreciate it. I write a lot of stuff, and I write it for you guys because you're great.
And you can find me on Twitter at @the_catbot. And please go and subscribe to our Twitch stream. It would make us happy. And keep watching our Twitch streams. We stream every Tuesday and Thursday. Listen to our podcast, From Us to You. Go to our YouTube channel where we archive all of our previous streams over at USgamer.net, plus a lot of other videos. Please watch our videos.
Yeah.
They're actually pretty good.
I think so. I made a few of them. In my
Yeah,
time.
like Jeremy makes good videos. He's toiling away.
Yeah, Jeremy's in the video mines with his little pickaxe,
Exactly.
cutting
So,
out frames.
Bob, good work.
Thank you.
We can make it through here without dying.
Yes.
I believe in you.
I might use 1,000,000 healing items, but it'll happen.
Oh, and if you have an idea for what you want us to live stream next, for our next long play, send us some ideas to our Twitter account. We're at USgamerNet. Or comment on the YouTube channel or something. So,
Right. We're up for any suggestions.
we want your ideas. In any case, Bob and I are going to go eat sushi now.
Yeah.
Our day is done.
You guys can come, but you have to find us and
and pay for it.
within the next few hours and pay for it.
Good luck.
Yes, that's your mission.